Have you been thinking about refinancing your home loan so you can afford the odd holiday? You're just not sure if there is a suitable option. Why not speak to our experts at Yellow Brick Road? Learn how to spend less on your home loan and more on your investment dreams. Talk to our sponsor, Yellow Brick Road. Phone today, 1300 275 420 and speak to Blake Chandler or his local team. yellowbrickroad.com.au. Fees and charges may be payable. ACL 393195, AFSL 323825.
Oh, well done, Jenny. It's 17 after 10 o'clock. Good morning, Blake.
Good morning, Ray.
How are you?
I am very good, thank you. How are you this week?
I'm a bit better than last weekend. The cold, unbearable form for me.
I'm loving the sunshine, though.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's great.
Yeah, I love the warmth, mate. I can't wait to summer.
Over winter already, and we're only halfway through it.
Yeah. Now, Blake, first question I'm going to ask you is about the Greece situation. How's that affecting Australia?
Oh, it's a big topic, Ray.
Yeah.
But I thought this week I'd tackle it.
Okay.
But my main thing is, let's not get caught up in news headlines. I think it's a really important question. It's good for people to know about. But I think it's really important that people look at their own individual finances. Now, Greece has gotten itself into a lot of trouble. I think we can all see that. They owe $330 billion. Banks have run out of cash. Government can't make repayments. And their parliament can't commit to any remedies. It's pretty scary stuff.
Unbelievable.
I'm glad I'm not a financial planner over there at the moment. That's all I can say.
I'll tell you what, it was a joke on the breakfast spot. I think it was yesterday on Monday. That's Bruce Spot Potty. I was listening to the radio and he goes, "Do you know what the Greek alphabet is?" And I'm at home with the kids and stuff, and he
I haven't
comes
heard
up,
this one.
he goes, "I-O-U."
Oh, Ray.
It was beautiful.
I'm glad that came from your mouth, not mine, but that was great.
Hi to all the Greek community listening.
Yeah. I mean, 6 years ago, Greece couldn't repay its debts, and other governments lent it money, hence why it owes so much at the moment. And I guess when I look at the situation, I just think, what's important to us here on Sydney and the lower North Shore is, again, don't get caught up in the headlines, but let's look at this. It's a prime example on a big scale of making sure that you get good advice, don't overcommit, and review your monthly expenditure. So I'm talking to everyone about their home loans, their financial planning, their budget, their cash flow, their savings, their plans for their future. It's really important to make sure that you look at your financial situation to stay out of trouble. Consolidate your debt, review your interest rates, don't overcommit. Do invest, but make sure you're looking at what that investment's going to put you in, what position you're going to be in 6 years' time on these financial decisions. So it's steering away from what's happening in Greece a bit, but it's a good example about making sure that you are looking at your individual finances.
Oh, okay, mate, that's good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, well, I guess, I'm, as I've always said, I'm not an economist. I'm a financial planner that looks out after mums and dads, putting roofs over people's heads, owning their own home, and making sure that they're financially secure for their retirement. But our most senior economist, Glenn Stevens, said the other week that the Australian economy had little exposure to Greece, and the effect would be minimal. Joe Hockey also agreed with him. So I think when we look at these new headlines, it looks like a bad situation. Mm-hmm. It could scare some people, but the effect on Australia, according to these economists and even Joe Hockey, is going to be minimal. So I think the most likely effect is going to be sentiment. People sort of linking Greece to all of Europe and pulling out of shares they might have on the ASX of companies in Europe. But in general, Australia's in a different loop to Europe. Our biggest challenge isn't Greece, but lifting our trade performance. So whilst and lifting employment figures, and that's why our interest rates are so low.
Okay. Look, we'll come back and talk some more, Blake.
Sounds good.
That is very interesting on FM 99.3. Some advice from Blake Chandler, our sponsor, Yellow Brick Road on FM 99.3.
Ray, so I guess in summary, let's not get caught up in the news headlines. It's not a good situation over in Greece. The newspapers show enormous numbers and a sense of disaster, but as I said, Greece, well, here's a figure. Greece is only Australia's 70th largest trade partner. So, we're involved in a lot of other economies outside of Europe and have a different loop in, the Asia-Pacific area, the States, etc. So the impact is going to be minimal, according to the Australian economists. But my advice is don't get distracted. Use our historically low interest rates to your advantage. You can't impact Greece. We're not going to have, they're in a, they've got to deal with it themselves. But for us, and us living on the North Shore, our small families, our single people, use cheap debt to make good decisions.
One question to you, Blake.
Ray.
Say if someone decides from Australia, to go there for a holiday, and they've got American travellers check, does that affect them at all?
Oh, I mean, I'll just say, before going anywhere like Greece, just do your research, look at the exchange rate, and and make sure that like anything, when you go to a different country, is just check what the currency exchange is, and also where you're going to, what the economy's doing, and what sort of prices, everything you're going to do. If it's take the kids to a park, go out for coffee, what's the actual economy doing, and what's the price of goods over there?
Okay, because I read that a few tourists were enjoying themselves in Greece. What about the economy?
Are you thinking of going, Ray?
Is that
why you're asking?
I've been there many moons ago, but no, not this time around.
Well, that could be another something that listeners could look into, or Ray yourself, is use cheap debt, reduce your home loan interest rate, and use that savings to save up for a holiday to Greece.
Okay, now with the interest rates, they are going to be still at this level. What?
I don't have a crystal ball, Ray. How long's a piece of string? But what we're being told is that these historically low rates are a new time norm. That the rates are going to stay stable for quite a period of time. Now, every month the RBA meets and decides whether rates should be on hold, go up and down, and they can make that decision at any time. You don't know what's going to happen next month, but the feeling is that things are going to stay this way for quite a while.
Okay, fascinating. Thank you, Blake. Anything else, mate?
That's right. That's it, Ray. Just stay away from the newspapers. Don't get distracted. Use cheap debt. Put yourself in a better position.
Beautiful. Now, if they want to get in touch with you, the email address, please?
Yeah. Well, best thing is to give us a call on phone, 1300 782 995.
Thank you very much, Blake. And you can get in touch with Blake Chandler at
Chandler at YBR for Yellow Brick Road. .com.au.
Thank you, Blake. We'll have a chat with him again next week on Northside Radio FM 99.3.
Have you been thinking about refinancing your home loan so you can afford the odd holiday? You're just not sure if there is a suitable option. Why not speak to our experts at Yellow Brick Road? Learn how to spend less on your home loan and more on your investment dreams. Talk to our sponsor, Yellow Brick Road. Phone today, 1300 275 420, and speak to Blake Chandler or his local team. yellowbrickroad.com.au. Fees and charges may be payable. ACL 393195, AFSL 323825.